Good morning, everybody, and welcome to this morning's broadcast of the IHSAA Class 4A Regional second game featuring the Homestead Spartans and the Carmel Greyhounds on the IHSAA Champions Network on Hamilton County Television, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. We'd like to also thank our great sponsors, Logan Street Signs and Banners, Noblesville Trophies, Community Health, Church, Hiddle and Antrim, and Smith's Jewelers. I'm Brad Silbert along with Perry Williams. We're just a few seconds away from the opening festivities here. Perry, the first game was great. The second game promises to be another good one. Look at the stats up on your screen. Very evenly matched teams.
Absolutely. The one thing about it is I think maybe a little bit may lean to the Carmel Greyhounds because of the strength of schedule that they played in the competition.
Yeah,
because outside of New Albany and Warren Central, nobody played a tougher schedule than the Carmel Greyhounds.
Well, the Greyhounds played 12 ranked opponents. They were 7-5. The Spartans played 6, which they were 2-4.
The Star-Spangled Banner is not only a salute to the ideals.
Let's go to the public address announcer, Greg Dominic, for opening ceremonies.
To build this great nation. The Star-Spangled Banner is a promise to not only fulfill our duties and obligations as citizens of the United States, but to also uphold the honorable principles of our Constitution. Last but not least, it is a symbol and a pledge to maintain the 4 great freedoms that are cherished by all of us as Americans. The freedom of speech, the freedom of religion, the freedom from want, and the freedom from fear. At this time, we ask that you please rise and remove your hats as we pause to honor both our state of Indiana and our great nation with the rendition of Back Home Again in Indiana, followed by our national anthem as played by Logansport High School sophomore, Mr. Luke Fincher. Back home again in Indiana, and it seems that I can see the gleaming candlelight still shining through the sycamores for me. The new moon sends all its fragrance from the fields I used to roam. When I dream about the Wabash, then I long for my Indiana.
And we will continue with Greg Dominic as he introduces the players for this afternoon's second game.
afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Logansport High School, a proud charter member of the North Central Conference, the Conference of Champions, welcomes you to our house, the warm and friendly confines of the historic Berry Bowl and the 108th Annual Indiana High School Athletic Association Boys Basketball Regional Tournament. Today's first round contest features the 18-7 Homestead Spartans, who will be taking on the 18-7 Carmel Greyhounds. Let's meet the non-starters for both schools. First, for the visiting Spartans of Homestead High School. 2, Zach Brantmiller. 10, Zach Kruger. 24, Julian Rodiker. 30, Xavier Overstreet. 34, Trevin Taylor. 42, Will Smith. 52, Matt Potslinski. And 54, Alec Grinsfelder. The non-starters for the Carmel Greyhounds. 2, Jackson Jensen. 12, Alex Jackson. 14, Karsten Windland. 15, Jalen Wack. 22, Robert Fry. 30, Ben Frisching. 32, Connor Wemhoff. The starting 5 for the visiting Spartans of Homestead High School, the blue and white of HHS. At guard, he's a 5'11" senior, number 4, Grant Graver. At guard, he's a 6' senior, number 12, Ani Escocudo. At guard, he's a 6' sophomore, 22, Jake Archbold. At forward, he's a 6' 5" freshman, number 20, Luke Goody. And the other forward, a 6' 5" senior, number 32, Sam Buck. Coach of the Homestead Spartans, Mr. Chris Johnson. And now, the starting 5 for the blue and gold of CHS. At guard, a 6' senior, number 3, Cole Jenkins. At guard, a 6' senior, number 4, Eddy Gill. At guard, a 5'11" junior, number 11, Luke Petty. At forward, a 6'6" junior, number 20, Andrew Owens. The other forward, a 6' 10" junior, number 33, John Michael Malloy.
So there you have the players and the starters and non-starters for this afternoon's game. Perry, this is, I hate to call a prediction on this one, but everything we see shows that this one really ought to go in favor of the Greyhounds.
Yeah, I think I would probably agree with you. But the one thing about it is they've got to contain Homestead's penetration and not allow those guards to be able to kick out to those guys on the wings like Sam Buck and Luke Goody to hit those corner shots. They can't allow their jump shooters to get in the rhythm today. And the key for the Greyhounds is probably John Michael Malloy. They got to go inside of Malloy early. And he also has got to stay out of foul trouble.
We are underway as usual. Cole Jenkins brings the ball up. Eddy Gill right into Malloy, back to Gill. Malloy double teamed, almost triple teamed there. Jenkins, Luke Heddy. Back under the basket to Malloy. He's trying to turn and shoot, but he can't. Gets it under the basket through the hands of Eddy Gill, and that's a turnover on the Greyhounds in their first opportunity. 7:30 remaining here in the first quarter. No score here from the Berry Bowl on the campus of Logansport High School. One of the historic gyms in the state of Indiana, Perry.
Absolutely. And the first school to have a mascot, right?
Yes, well, we need to talk about that a little bit later. Goody brings the ball up. Archibald under the basket to Raber. Ezekato out high. Buck. 1 minute already gone by. No score yet. Ezekato, almost a three there. Under the basket, puts up the bank shot. misses. There's going to be a foul called on the Greyhounds.
Brad, I think you'll see a lot more patience in passing the basketball and all those type of things in this ball game.
Yeah, correction on that. That foul is going to go on the Homestead Spartans on Jake Archibald. Could this be kind of like that Carmel Westfield game was in the sectional a couple weeks ago?
I don't know whether it'll be that.
Luke Eddy with a three. He's got it.
Three from downtown Carmel, number 11, Luke Eddy.
Luke Eddy opens up the scoring for the Greyhounds.
Push here, foul on Homestead.
3-0 lead. And right away before the ball's inbounded, there's another foul called.
Carmel foul, 33, John Michael.
On Malloy.
Malloy picks up his first of the half. Both teams with one team foul now. 6:20 in the opening minute and a half of this game. Greyhounds with a 3-0 lead. As Akudo drove, picks up the foul. That one's going to go on Eddy Gill, non-shooting foul, but the second foul on the Greyhounds.
Greyhounds foul number 4, Eddy Gill, his first, team number
Luke
2.
Goody to inbound the ball to Ezekado. Raber back to Ezekado. Ezekado drives, spits back in the corner. Three on the way, missed. It was Jake Archibald who tried to make that three-pointer for the Spartans. He missed. Still 3-0 here in favor of the Greyhounds. 6 minutes in the first quarter.
I think they called that off of Sam Buck for Homestead out of bounds.
Yeah.
Give the Greyhounds the ball.
Eddy Gill. Luke Eddy in the corner. Owens under the basket to Malloy. He gets the ball batted away from him, and that's going to cost the Spartans another team foul, and that one's going to go on Luke Goody.
Luke Goody, his first, team number 2.
Gill gets the inbound pass to Jenkins. They traded back and forth a couple times. Ends up in the hands of Cole Jenkins. Here comes a three-point attempt by Jenkins. He misses. Rebound by Ezekado. Brings it all the way down. Back out beyond the three-point arc once again. Driven in by the Spartans. Shot by Raber, but beautiful block of the play by the Greyhounds. 5 minutes remaining in the opening quarter here. 3-0 in favor of the Greyhounds.
Another turnover by the Greyhounds.
Yep, Greyhounds turn that ball over.
It's Carmel's second turnover.
We've got another foul being called here. That's going to go on the Greyhounds, and that's going to go on number 4, Eddy Gill. That's his second one. So we'll have to see if Coach Osborne decides to.
Oh, he did. He took Eddy Gill out.
He's coming out. Gill will get some bench. And that'll bring in Jalen Wack.
And I think Ezekado and Gill were going at it
they certainly
hot
were.
and heavy.
They certainly were. Ezekado's got Wack on him now.
Wax can play some defense now.
Yes, he can.
And he's a dang
Long
good.
three is blocked. Luke Eddy brings it down, puts the layup up, misses it.
Wack got the.
But Wack is there for the putback, and Jalen Wack picks up his first points of the game, and it's 5-0 now in favor of the Hounds at 4:18 in the first half. Ezekado out of control and travel. So far, the Greyhounds have done a good job on Oni Ezekado. $5-0 in favor of the Greyhounds. Cole Jenkins brings the ball across the midcourt line. Luke Eddy looking for some help. He picks up the foul there. That one is going to go on Grant Raber. Big number 4 on his back for the Homestead Spartans.
Brad, so far fouls have come fast and furious.
Yes, they have. Yes.
3:58 left to go here
Yeah.
in the first quarter. Greyhounds are up 5-0, but each team has 3 fouls.
Both of these teams, blue and white. That one was by Eddy Gill. He missed. We're going to have another foul called here.
We have now 7 fouls and 5 points.
And that's going to go on Escudado. That's the 4th team
Homestead
foul
foul
of the half.
number 12, Ani Escudo, his first team 4.
So Escudo picks up a foul. 3 points from Andrew Owens. He misses. Nice rebound there by Luke Goody. And the Spartans bring the ball up. Both these teams are blue, white, and gold. Today, the Spartans are in the blue and the Greyhounds are in the white. Spartans moving right to left, Greyhounds moving left to right here early in this game. Shot by Escudado that just plain and simple missed the basket.
The whole thing.
Spartans have not scored. They've gone almost 5 minutes without a score here. Eddy Gill, Owens, Jalen Wack. Wack out to Malloy. Gill, Eddy, inside to Malloy. Malloy tries to get under the basket, does not get the roll, but gets his own rebound, puts it up, and he traveled. Another turnover on the Greyhounds.
That's 3 turnovers
Yeah.
for the Greyhounds.
Spartans looking to get on the board here. They're behind 5-0 with 2:43 in the first quarter. Raber sets it up. He drives, puts a layup up. He misses off the hands of John Michael Malloy into the hands of Cole Jenkins. Jalen Wack looking to shoot, does not. Steps back, takes a shot, does not get the roll. There's a nice rebound by Escudo. Escudo in the corner to Raber. Raber takes the 3. He misses. Who's the foul going to be on there? Is it going to be on Goody or is it going to be on Malloy? They're trying to decide here.
Greyhound foul number 15, Jalen Wack.
Jalen Wack picks up the foul. 4th team foul. Both teams with 4 team fouls. 2:13 here in the first quarter. 5-0 in favor of the Greyhounds. Homestead looking to shoot. Archibald. Escudo. Matt Polinsky in. Buck. Escudo. 1:45 and counting. That one's up. Finally gets the roll. And Sam Buck puts the Spartans on the board. Eddy Gill, there's going to be a reach-in foul. That one's going to go on Sam Buck. That'll be number 5 on the Spartans. Alex Jackson coming in for the Greyhounds, giving a rest to Luke Eddy. Eddy Gill already on the bench for the Greyhounds with 2 fouls. Cole Jenkins sets the offense for Ryan Osborne's Greyhounds. Jackson looking to set it up. Gets it to Jackson. Wack into Malloy. Malloy is double teamed. Wack for 3. He's got it.
3 from downtown.
Jalen Wack with 5 points. Luke Eddy with 3 for the scoring for the Greyhounds. 1 minute remaining here in the first quarter. An 8-2 lead for the Greyhounds. Escudo looking to drive. Archibald. Back out to Buck. Buck cooks a 3 and he gets it. Sam Buck with 5 points for the Spartans.
That's a banker there.
Yeah, we're back to 35 seconds. The Hounds with a 3-point lead. Jalen Wack content to hold on to the ball until he gets challenged. Puts it in the hands of Cole Jenkins. Jenkins to Jackson, back to Jenkins. 10 seconds on the clock here in the first quarter. Down to 5. Gill drives. He takes a 3, and he's got it.
3 from downtown Carmel.
Cole Jenkins on the 3.
Cole Jenkins.
And we have a whistle. I didn't.
Foul is on the Carmel Greyhounds, 33,
John Michael Malloy picks up the foul.
And that's a second foul he's picked up like that.
1.9 left on the clock in the first quarter. Archibald's going to try the old football pass and try to catch and go here. Buck with a long 3. He missed. So at the end of the first quarter, it's the Carmel Greyhounds 11, the Homestead Spartans 5. You're watching the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance.
This is Oldview. And this is Now You.
Clive wears his fire hat and coat in the wind.
Things change. Your insurance should too. Talk to an Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent. And now you can stop knocking on.
Welcome back to the Berry Bowl on the campus of Logansport High School. I'd like to thank everybody here at Logansport for putting on a great tournament. They certainly are great hosts, and we very, very much appreciate the way that they do. Barry, you've got 8 minutes in the book. Greyhounds are ahead 11-5.
But the one thing about it is, Brad, we have 16 points scored so far, and we have 10 fouls. So it's been a very, very physical game. On the Greyhound side, it looks like on the points with the Greyhound side that
Jalen Wack is. I've got
Jalen Wack
with
come
5.
off the bench for Eddy Gill,
Yeah.
and leads the team with 5 points. And Sam Buck leads for
yeah, he's
Homestead.
got all 5 of the points
Yeah.
for the Spartans. Ezecudo brings the ball up. Raber back to Ezecudo. Ezecudo takes a long 3, misses. Eddy Gill there, or rather Cole Jenkins is there for the Greyhounds to pick up that rebound. Eddy Gill still on the bench with 2 fouls. Luke Hetty is back in starting the second quarter here. John Michael Malloy getting a little rest on the bench here at the beginning of the quarter.
Of course, he has 2 fouls on him too,
Yeah.
Brad. So
Andrew Owens takes the jump shot. He gets it.
Owens
Owens picks up his first 2 points of the game. Extends the Greyhound lead to 13-5 at the 7:10 mark here in the second quarter. Nice boisterous crowd here today. Both of these schools brought a lot of fans with them. Of course, it's about 90 some odd miles up to between 80 and 90 miles, somewhat like that, up to where Homestead is.
Yeah.
Nice move there by Ezecudo to pick up his first points of the game. Of course, the Greyhounds about an hour south of Logansport here in the south central part of Hamilton County. 3 on the way. That's Andrew Owens.
Owens has hit 2 quick buckets here. With 6:28 left to go here. Hounds are up 16 to Homestead 7.
Nice move inside there by Archibald, but he cannot get the bucket to go. Cole Jenkins brings it all the way down into the corner. There's a 3 on the way, no good. Rebounded by Jalen Wack, and the Greyhounds continue the pressure. Turn the ball over. Ezecudo with the ball. 16-7, 5:54 here in the first half. Raber looking to set up the offense. Raber back out, 3 on the way from the hand of Archibald. He misses. I think we're going to have, I'm not sure who that's going to go on.
It's going to go on number 20 for the Greyhounds, Andrew Owens.
Andrew Owens kind of backed into Matt Podzlinski. Podzlinski takes some bench, and that's going to bring Zach Kruger into the game for the first time for the Spartans. Spartans ball out of bounds into Kruger. I think if you have to give an advantage to anybody on the bench, you got to give it to the Greyhounds. Nice move there by Grant Raber. He picks up the foul. And that's going to go on Alex Johnson. Raber will go to the line for one shot.
That's Alex Jackson.
Jackson picked up the foul? Yeah, I'm sorry.
You said it.
I wrote it down right, but said it wrong.
Yeah.
Raber, a 90% free throw shooter. I guess you could almost call him automatic from that line there. I think I said Owens instead of Jackson, didn't I? My mistake. Cole Jenkins sets the offense. Some token pressure from Zach Kruger. In the corner to Wack. Wack with a three. Jalen Wack was just absolutely positively wide open on that play and sinks the three.
And that's his 8th point.
Yeah.
And the Greyhounds' 3rd three-pointer.
And more important for the Greyhounds, that bench strength, because all those points are off the bench.
Yes.
Wack came in when Eddy Gill went down with 2 fouls. Goody in the corner. Kruger back out to Ezecudo. The Spartans are just having a really hard time breaking this defense of the Greyhounds. That's one of the first ones that they've actually broken in and gotten close to the net. Zach Kruger scores for the first time today. 4:25 remaining in the half. Carmel 19, Homestead 12. Owens gives the ball up to Luke Heddy. Heddy almost lost it. Back to Wack. Jalen Wack. There's a kudo on him. Wack drives. He's going to get the foul called. I thought he might get called for a travel there, Barry.
I think it says he was grabbed his arm or something. Oh.
That's going to go on Ezecudo.
Homestead foul, number 12.
That's his second.
Ezecudo, his second, team 6.
That could be big. That's going to bring Jake Archibald back into the game. Ezecudo's going to take some bench. Ezecudo, their leading scorer at 13.3 per game. They can ill afford to have him on the bench very long. 16 fouls now against the Spartans, so the Greyhounds will be in the bonus for the rest of the half, as the Spartans already are. Long three on the way by Andrew Owens. He misses. The ball gets turned over, out of bounds off of the Greyhounds. Spartans will retain possession of the ball. Archibald, the inbound.
3:53 left to go here in the second quarter. Carmel 19, Homestead 12.
Zach Kruger brings the ball up. Kruger looks to drive. Back out to Goody. Goody with Luke Heddy on him. Heddy's going to pick up the foul on that one. First team foul for Luke Heddy. 7th, so that will be the 1-and-1. I can't remember exactly where it is, but Luke's dad, Scott, of course, the head coach at Marion University, they're in the NAIA Division II tournament. I'm thinking Sioux City, Iowa.
Yes, that's what
they are playing in that. And I had a chance to hear him in an interview that Greg Rakestraw did with him the other day on 1070 The Fan. That tournament, Perry, if you can imagine, the first day they have 8 games starting at 9 o'clock in the morning, back to back to back to back to back. How would you like to be the 7th or 8th game, especially if you have some overtimes?
Windland in the game for the Greyhounds now. He's fouled.
Goody missed the second shot there.
Homestead foul number 10. Zach Kruger, his
Zach
first,
Kruger picks up
team
his
seven.
first. That's going to be a 1-and-1. That be Windland shooting, I believe?
Yeah, Windland's going to shoot.
Karsten Windland.
At the line,
He's the
shooting
son
the
of
one-and bonus, number 14,
girls coach.
Karsten Windland.
Todd Windland.
Todd Windland. Going to the line for a 1-and-1. First time we've seen him in the game today. Gets the front end. Greyhounds extend their lead to 20-13 over the Spartans at the 3:28 mark here in the first half. Windland, a 5'11 junior, puts the second one up, nothing but net. Greyhounds are 2 for 2 from the line. Spartans are 2 for 3 from the line so far today. Kruger, back out to Raber. Kruger in the middle to Raber. Raber does not get the bounce. That one's going to be called a jump ball. I thought we might have a foul called on that one, but the possession arrow is pointing toward the Greyhounds. That's going to bring Cole Jenkins back in.
Number 3, Cole Jenkins.
Give Luke Eddy a chance to catch his breath on the bench.
Because this has been a very physical game so
yeah,
far.
it's been very fast and physical. Not reflective really of the score, the speed of the game. Andrew Owens puts a layup up, misses it. Jalen Wack gets the rebound. There's a foul called. And that one's going to go against, I believe, Jake Archibald.
Spartan foul, 22, Jake Archibald, his second.
And that's going to put Jalen Wack at the line for 2 shots.
Jalen Wack, 2 shots.
Wack is a 72% free throw shooter, leading all the scorers so far today. Wack with 9 points now.
Number 11, Luke Henning.
Wack has really did a great job coming off this bench and giving the Greyhounds the spark that they needed.
So Wack gets both free throws.
Back in the lineup for the Greyhounds, 14, Karsten Windland.
He's got 10 points in this game.
You know, the one thing about it here, Brad, is the bench for the Greyhounds has got 10 points of the 23.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what we were talking about a little while ago, that if you have to grade the benches, the Greyhounds definitely have the advantage with the bench strength. Sam Buck trying to set the offense. Jalen Wack on him. Kruger, Karsten Windland guarding him. Windland's going to pick up the foul on that. He's upset with himself. He thought he had all ball. So Windland will pick up his first foul.
Wonder where Windland gets that fire at, huh?
I don't know. Kind of reminds me of another Windland we know.
Yeah.
At the line,
Zach Kruger shooting 1-and-1. 73% free throw shooter. He's got 2 points so far in this game tonight. 2:22 remaining in the first half. Greyhounds up by 10, 23-13. Kruger gets the first one. Be his 3rd point. And the Greyhounds call a timeout. And that will be a full timeout. You're watching the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance.
Logan Street Signs, celebrating over 25 years of Logan Street Signs and Banners, specialize in that last-minute signage and banners, serving Noblesville and Hamilton County since 1992. You can contact them at 317-773-7200 or LoganStreetSigns.com. How about Noblesville Trophies? Noblesville Trophies offers a large range of products, including sports trophies, corporate awards, in-house embroidery. Noblesville Trophies provides you with that same-day service for those last-minute decisions. Contact them at 317-773-7391 or check them out on their website, noblesvilletrophies.com.
2 minutes, 22 seconds remaining in the first half of this ball game. Carmel Greyhounds ahead of the Homestead Spartans by 9 at 23-14. Earlier this morning, it was the Fort Wayne North Legends 55, Zionsville Eagles 51. So one of these teams will be playing the Fort Wayne North Legends tonight at 8. Zach Kruger goes back to the line for the second of 2 free throw shots. That one rims in and out, rebounded by number 32, Sam Buck, and he can't get it to fall either. Spartans just have not been able to get the easy shots, Perry, and the easy shots that they've had just have not gone in. Karsten Windland, Andrew Owen, Jalen Wack. Luke Heddy drives, puts it under the basket, dishes it over to Jalen Wack. Wack in double figures. I believe he's got 12 right now.
Yes.
All off the bench. Raber drives, he misses. That ball is not going anywhere quickly.
Timeout, Homestead.
And Homestead calls a timeout. See what they're going to use here. They're going to use a 30 or a 60.
30-second timeout.
They are going to use a 30-second timeout. Yeah, in that first game this morning, that game went back and forth so many times, Perry, that that was a great basketball game. Finally ended up being a 4-point win for Fort Wayne North. And this game, the Greyhounds have just come right out and taken it.
Yeah, it's been a totally different ball game. I mean, the first game, there was 11 lead changes and 9 ties. This one, the Greyhounds have led from the start.
Yeah, the Greyhounds, it took the Spartans almost 4.5 minutes to even get a ball through the net.
Yeah, we got 1:25 left to go here in the second quarter. Carmel 25, Homestead 14.
Into Kruger. Kruger back to Buck. Buck drives out high again. Back to Raber. Kruger. Kruger looks to drive. Kruger in trouble. And he's got to call a timeout. So the Spartans are going to have to use another timeout here. And they are going to use another 30-second timeout. While they're doing that, you're watching the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance.
Community Health Network. Community Health is Central Indiana's leader in providing health care services where and when patients need them. With any questions, you can contact them at Community Health 317-355-7775 or check them out on their website, ecommunity.com.
2 quick timeouts there used by the Spartans. One kind of forced, the other an unforced timeout. 1:10 remaining here in the first half. An 11-point lead for the Greyhounds over the Spartans, 25-14. And the Homestead Spartans will try to get the ball back in again, and they do successfully get it to Kruger. Raber looks for help. So far he can't find it. That's Kevin Treiler.
Stepped on the line.
He stepped on the line and forces the turnover. So the ball goes back to the Greyhounds with their 11-point lead. Just under a minute here in the first half. Luke Heddy taking his time bringing it up. Back out to Jalen Wack. So far, Wack has been the big scorer of the day for both teams. 12 points for Wack here coming off the bench. 35 seconds, 25-14 in favor of the Greyhounds.
Whoa.
Jenkins, Luke Heddy.
This is Greyhound basketball here. They're in no hurry right now with this lead.
They sure aren't.
And they do this very well.
Windland back to Wack. He almost lost the ball. Down to 15 seconds. Gill trying to set it up. He drives, puts it up.
Jenkins,
Did
no,
he travel?
traveled.
He traveled.
Cole Jenkins got caught on the travel there.
So it would appear as though the Spartans are going to have the last chance here to try to get back into this ball game. And that's going to bring Ezecudo back into the game, their leading scorer. Ezecudo has been held to 2 points so far in this game, but spent a lot of time on the bench with 2 fouls. Ezecudo gets the ball. Guarded by Wack, down to 5 seconds. Ezecudo back, long 3 on the way. It is good. At the buzzer, Luke Goody with the 3-point goal. So we go to halftime with the score, the Carmel Greyhounds 25, the Homestead Spartans 17. You're watching the IHSAA Champions Network presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance.
This is old you. And this is now you. Things change. Your insurance should too. Talk to an Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent, and now you can stop knocking on wood.
When medical care is needed, where will you turn? With Community's Connect to Care program, one call or click finds you the closest open appointment. Request a time yourself, or let us do it. From a primary care doctor or virtual visit, to a med check or community clinic at Walgreens. Just call or click. You can go right to our website or to me. Connect to Care from Community.
Can I help you?
Yeah. I'm looking for Logan Street signs and banners.
You found us.
But this ain't Logan Street.
We moved 22 years ago.
You're telling me that Logan Street signs and banners isn't on Logan Street anymore?
Exactly.
So what are you saying?
Logan Street signs and banners conveniently not located on Logan Street, but on South 10th Street in Noblesville, Indiana.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry-out?
Everything that you need, we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting for you.
This is old you. And this is now you.
5 wears his fire hat and coat in the wind.
Things change. Your insurance should too. Talk to an Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent. And now you can stop knocking on wood.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Welcome back to the Berry Bowl, where it is halftime. Class 4A regional basketball. The Carmel Greyhounds ahead of the Homestead Spartans, 25-17. Let's take a look at that last three-pointer there by the Spartans. Wow, what a shot. Look at that, about at least 25 feet away and nothing but net. And that, what could have been an 11-point lead for the Hounds, went down to an 8-point lead. I'd like to welcome you back to today's broadcast on the IHSAA Champions Network on Hamilton County Television, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. We'd also like to thank our other great sponsors, Logan Street Signs and Banners, Noblesville Trophies, Community Health, Church, Hiddle and Antrim, and Smith's Jewelers. I'm Brad Silbert along with Perry Williams. And Perry, kind of a night and day difference between the first and second games here today.
Absolutely. It's totally different. Like I said, in the first game there was 11 lead changes and 9 ties in the first game. Here in this game, the Greyhounds have led from start to finish. Couple things that going in, though, the Greyhounds were going to go inside to John Michael Malloy, and he got in foul trouble real quick with 2 fouls, and the Greyhounds started playing well, so they really haven't brought John Michael Malloy back in the ball game. Coach Osborne has just been going with the smaller lineup, and it seems to be working.
Well, what we haven't seen here, though, today is we haven't really seen the Spartans of Chris Johnson been able to solve the Greyhounds at all because they, regardless of who Ryan Osborne puts out there on the floor, the Greyhounds have basically really been in control of this game from the opening tip.
Yeah, you're right. But the one thing about it is that we knew coming in here that, you know, this Greyhounds basketball team is defense first. I mean, they create points off of great defense, and they do a very good job on it. Homestead, got in some foul trouble a little bit there, but they've had very difficult time, especially in the first quarter, of getting the back. They were getting the shots, but they just wasn't falling, Brad.
Yeah, they did get some shots. Maybe they didn't get real good shots, but they were getting the shots, and the balls were halfway down the cylinder and coming back out, or taking some weird bounces or something like that. But, you know, both of these teams, Barry, have got a lot of playoff experience, and they go back to 2015 was the last time that Homestead went all the way, and they won the state championship in 2015. In fact, it's really the only one that they have won. And the Carmel Greyhounds, you go back to 2012 and 2013 under Scott Heddy, they won the championship then back in '77. So each of these teams has state champions under their belt, but the Carmel Greyhounds have got a heck of a lot more experience in here.
But they've both been here. I mean, this is not anything new for Homestead to be in a regional.
Yes. No, you're exactly right. They're one of the, between Fort Wayne North and Homestead, they're probably a couple of the premier teams up there in the Fort Wayne area. In that Fort Wayne area is such kind of a mix of different size teams. Where you get in the Indianapolis area, like where we come from, and most everything around Indianapolis is 4A. A few exceptions there where you've got some 3A schools in that, and a couple of the 2As in the private schools. But for the most part, you've got almost all 4A schools, and in Fort Wayne, you've got just a big, broad mixture.
Yeah, there's a little bit of everything up there.
Of different size schools there.
All right, let's thank one more of our sponsors here, Church Idle and Anthem, attorneys at law, from personal injury claims to complex business litigation to divorce cases. Church Idle and Anthem protects the rights of individuals, businesses, schools, and government bodies all around Indiana, including Noblesville, Fishers, Maryville, and Tipton. You can contact them at their Noblesville office, 317-773-5320. Brad, Homestead's back out. Here comes the Greyhounds back out.
We're about 2 minutes away from the second half here, and I just wonder what this score would have been had Oni Ezekado been able to stay in the game, because he spent a lot of time on the bench. And I think, the two factors that have made the big difference in this game have been Ezekudo on the bench and just the depth of the Carmel Greyhounds bench.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, Wack has come off that bench and contributed big time for the Greyhounds.
We're about a minute and 18 seconds away from the second half here. We're going to take a short break here and we'll be back with the second half. You're watching the IHSAA Champions Network presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance.
This is old you. And this is now you. Things change. Your insurance should too. Talk to an Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent, and now you can stop knocking on wood.
Welcome back to the IHSAA Champions Network and Hamilton County Television. We are at the Berry Bowl on the campus of Logansport High School. Second of 3 games that we are going to have for you today here on the IHSAA Champions Network and Hamilton County Television. We know who one of the teams is going to be playing tonight at 8 o'clock. That will be the Fort Wayne North Legends. And in just about 16 more minutes on the clock, we'll know who their opponent will be. Will it be the Carmel Greyhounds or will it be the Homestead Spartans? If things keep going the way they've been going in this game, it looks like it could be the Greyhounds. But, you know, in this game of basketball, Perry, you just never can tell who's going to come on strong.
Absolutely, absolutely. Here we go, second half action.
Spartans with the
Homestead
first
ball
possession.
to begin the third quarter. Here at the bowl.
Archibald. Ezecudo. Nice fadeaway jumper, but he's just a little bit strong. And who do we have back on the floor but John Michael Malloy?
Let's see if they go inside to him and see if they can get something going.
Luke Eddy thought about taking the 3. Does get it into Malloy. He puts the shot up, but he's fouled, and he's going to take 2 shots. And that's going to go on number 20,
Homestead
Luke
foul,
Goody.
number 20, Luke Goody, his second.
His second. John Michael Malloy goes to the line for 2 shots. So Malloy with the opportunity to open the scoring here in the second half. Gets the first one. He is so smooth. He's just one of those players, Perry, that's just fun to watch.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I imagine he'll bring a few people down to Hinkle Fieldhouse to watch him play.
I'm sure, being that close to Carmel. Hey, Brad, one quick score at the half. Undefeated Warren Central 17, Ben Davis 16. So that's going to be a real battle.
That's going to be a barn burner. Raber looking for help. Finally gets it to Goody. Goody gets it back to Ezecudo. He misses the shot. Again, another missed shot by the Spartans.
Good job by Malloy keeping the ball alive.
Nice rebound for Malloy to keep it alive in the hands of the Greyhounds.
There they go back to him.
Oh, that ball is stripped away by Goody. Back out to Buck. Buck to Archibald. Ezecudo. Raber. Goody. Ezecudo for 3, and he gets it.
3 from downtown Zanesville, number 12, Oni Ezecudo.
Ezecudo is who they want to get hot.
Yeah, that's exactly what Coach Chris Johnson needs to get Ezecudo hot and keep him in this game. If the Spartans are going to have a chance to come back, they've got to have Ezecudo in the game. 3 for Luke Eddy. He misses. Ezecudo with the rebound. Good.
Basket right here, Brad. We got us a basketball game.
Yes, we do. Ezecudo back in the corner. There's another 3 on the way. That one from Luke Goody. What was a 9-point lead is now down to a 3-point lead for the Greyhounds here in the opening minutes of the third quarter. 26-23 in favor of Carmel. 5:25 left in the quarter. Eddy Gill back getting some playing time. Gill tries the reverse layup. He misses, but he's going to go to the line for 2 shots. And that one's going to go against Luke Goody. That's going to be number 3 on him. Number 2 on the team. Eddy Gill, who sat on the bench with 2 fouls the majority of the first half, goes to the line for the first time today. Gill shoots 76% from the line. This is the front end. Jalen Wack, who's been super sub today, comes back in. Gives Andrew Owens a rest. Once again, the depth of that Carmel bench coming through, Perry.
Absolutely.
Gill puts the second shot up. He's got it.
Brad Oak Hill's leading Lapel 30-11 in late in the second quarter.
That at Lapel. One of the games that we're carrying here in the IHSAA network. As Akudo misses. Rebounded by Malloy. Malloy was double teamed but managed to break it. Get it into the hands of Eddy Gill. Gill takes about a 15-footer and he gets it.
Cole Jenkins with the basket for the Greyhounds.
Jenkins with a 2-point goal. Nice 15-foot floating jump shot. Raber loses that one. Luke Heddy misses the easy layup. The ball ends up going out of bounds.
Owen stepped on the line.
Was it on the line or was it deflected?
No, it was on the line over there.
Whatever way it was, the Spartans have got the ball. Archibald brings it up for the Spartans. Ryan Osborne pacing up and down the sideline. Archibald. Ezecudo. Got Jalen Wack on him. I think that's why Wack might have come back in to guard Ezecudo. Archibald tried to set up the offense. Archibald drives, stops, back out high to Ezecudo. Ezecudo. 3 on the way. That one is good for Luke Goody. Luke Goody is now in double figures with 10 points.
He's a good-looking freshman, Brad.
And that 8-point lead is down to 3. John Michael Malloy with the ball. Gill drives.
He'll get the charge. Oh, block.
Block. Ooh. I thought there was going to be a charge or a travel called on that.
Homestead foul is on number 20. Luke Goody is 4.
That is going to be his 4th. That's going to hurt.
Back to the lineup for the Greyhounds, number 20.
Andrew Owens comes back in for the Greyhounds, and Zach Kruger is back in for the Homestead Spartans. A non-shooting foul. Cole Jenkins gets it in. Jalen Wack in the backcourt. 29-26 in favor of the Greyhounds. 3:15 remaining in the third quarter. Gill into Malloy. Malloy doesn't shoot. Back to Wack. Over to Gill. Gill for 3. He's got it.
From downtown Carmel, number 4.
Eddy Gill with his first field goal of the game. 4 points in the game so far for Gill. Buck. Archibald. Ezecudo again. Kruger. Sam Buck. Sam Buck drives. Tries to get the shot up. He draws the foul, and he's going to go to the line.
Malloy.
2 shots.
That's his third.
John Michael Malloy picks up his 3rd. Only the first team foul of the half.
At the line, Sam Buck.
Buck will have 2 shots. Buck shoots 66% from the free throw line. 2:38 remaining in the third here at the Berry Bowl. Greyhounds 32, Spartans 26. Now 27 for the Spartans. Buck gets the first of 2. Second one's up. It is also good.
32-28, Carmel with 2:35 left to go here in the third quarter.
Buck just scored his 7th point of the game. Cole Jenkins in the corner to Eddy Gill. John Michael Malloy misses the easy layup. Jalen Wack was trying to get that ball and rebounded inside, but he was stepped out of bounds.
But Brad Wack is all over the floor here
Wack
today.
is
He's working very hard at both ends of the floor.
He's having a career day today. He averages 5.4, already 12 points in this game. Ezecudo, Sam Buck. Ezecudo again. Ezecudo shoots 37% from beyond the arch.
This is a big series here for.
In and out, rebounded by Andrew Owens. You know, the Spartans have gotten off quite a number of shots, but
wow,
they just have had a lot of shots that have rimmed in and out, or
I'm not sure where Jenkins was
just
going with
haven't
that
got
ball.
the bounce. Buck, Ezecudo, that one's going to be way off the mark. Rebounded by Buck, he takes a three-pointer. He misses. Eddy Gill with a rebound. He just blocked out Grant Raber and took that one away. Malloy under the basket, shoots and misses. Sam Buck's got it. He's going end to end. And he traveled. Buck can't believe that he didn't get a foul called on that. But the turnover goes against the Homestead Spartans. 107 here in the third. Greyhounds ahead by 4, 32-28.
That's only Homestead's 4th turnover of the game, though, Brad.
They've taken good care of the ball so far. We're going to have a double foul called here.
That's 4 on Malloy.
We have a double
okay,
foul.
The double.
First for Homestead, 22.
Yeah, Jake Archibald picks up the foul for the Spartans. And 33, John Michael Malloy picks up the foul for the Greyhounds. That's going to put Malloy on the bench. But, you know, the last time he went to the bench, Perry, it really didn't hurt him. Once again, a credit to the depth on this bench. .41 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Greyhounds probably going to be content to hold this for the last shot. Goes back and forth between Gill and Jenkins. And the Spartans pick up another foul. That one goes on Zach Kruger. That'll be the 5th team foul. Only 2 team fouls so far on the Greyhounds. 33.5 on the clock in the third quarter. Greyhounds 32, Spartans 28. Just when you think the Greyhounds are going to pull away, Spartans start coming back. Jenkins, Eddy, back to Jenkins. We're at 20 seconds. Back to Eddy. Back to Cole Jenkins. 10 seconds in the quarter. Andrew Owens. Owens drives, takes the floater. And
good job by Owens. That's exactly what Ryan Osborne wanted to happen there.
2 points of the quarter. At the end of the third quarter, Carmel Greyhounds 34, Homestead Spartans 28. You're watching the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance.
This is Old You. And this is Now You.
5 wears his fire hat and coat in the rain.
Things change. Your insurance should too. Talk to an Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent. And now you can stop knocking on.
You know every word in your school's fight song but you can't remember your agent's last name. Let us know what you have and want to need. Find a local agent, infarmbureau.com. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking wood.
We're 8 minutes away from determining who's going to be playing the Fort Wayne North Legends, and it's a 6-point game with the Carmel Greyhounds, 34, Spartans 28. Big story in this one is so far, John Michael Malloy has not spent a great deal of time on the floor. He's on the bench now with 4 fouls, but it hasn't seemed to make a big difference for the Greyhounds. They've been so deep from the bench that Jalen Wack has been the big man for the Greyhounds so far today. Speaking of Wack, he's got the ball, gets it back to Luke Eddy. Eddy Gill, Cole Jenkins, Andrew Owens. Luke Eddy drives. He's going to pick up the foul there. That one is probably going to go on Jake Archibald. If that is, that's his 4th. That's where it's going.
Homestead
Also the 6th foul of the half, which means that the Greyhounds after this will be in the 1-1 for the rest of the half.
You notice they have Luke Goody back in. He has 4 fouls.
Yes. And they didn't, I don't think they took Archibald out, did they? No, he's still in there. 3 on the way for the Greyhounds, missed. Rebounded by the Spartans. Archibald takes it, gets into the hands of Ezecudo. Archibald to Raber. Raber traveled. You know, the Spartans played a pretty clean game in the first half, but they've committed a couple very serious turnovers in this half, Perry, on scoring opportunities where they've traveled and turned the ball over.
Yeah, right there wasn't a spot to go, and he tried to squeeze in between it and got caught traveling.
Cole Jenkins inside to Andrew Owens. Owens trying to turn and shoot.
He's going to get caught. Yeah, he did.
That one goes on Andrew Owens. That'll be an offensive foul on Owens. That's his 2nd. Only the 3rd team foul of the half on the Greyhounds.
You can't throw that elbow, that chicken wing right into a chest of somebody and get away with it. Especially when it's right in front of the referee.
Yeah. Owens tried to plead his case, but he had no case to plead there. F. Lee Bailey couldn't have won that one for him. Buck. That's going to be a jump. Is that going to be a jump ball, or did somebody call timeout? Going to be a jump ball, and it'll go back to the Spartans. Spartans in need of a score here, down by 6. 6:46 remaining in the 4th. 34-28 in favor of the Carmel Greyhounds. Spartans would like to do nothing better than take this game away from the Greyhounds here and make it an all Fort Wayne area regional championship tonight, but so far the Greyhounds are standing in their way. 3 by Luke Goody.
Over the back on Hetty.
Luke Hetty is going to pick that foul up. That's number 2 on Luke.
Greyhound foul.
4th team foul.
Luke Hetty, his 2nd team foul.
Spartans get the ball into Sam Buck. Buck over to Archibald. Goody inside to Raber. Raber shoots, he misses. That one's going to go on Cole Jenkins. That will be his 1st foul of the evening.
Greyhound foul number 3, Cole Jenkins.
I know I keep saying evening, Perry, but we're so used to playing ball games at night.
At least we are in the afternoon now.
Yes,
Brad.
we are. Grant Raber goes to the line for 2 shots. Raber gets the roll. Hadn't been getting that roll earlier on the either end for the Spartans. They just have not had any luck with those baskets today. 5-point lead for the Greyhounds, 6:19 in the 4th. Raber's 2nd is up, and it is good. So Raber gets both ends of the free throw, picks up his 5th point of the day. 4-point game, 6:09. What we thought earlier was going to be somewhat of a runaway by the Greyhounds just has not turned out to be that way here, especially here in the 4th quarter. Gill thought he had a clear lane. Ezecudo puts it up. He gets the roll.
34-32 with 5:43.
And we're going to have a timeout. And that's going to be a full 60-second timeout. You're watching the IHSAA Champions Network presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance.
Celebrating over 25 years, Logan Street Signs and Banners specialize in that last-minute signage and banners. Serving Noblesville and Hamilton County since 1992, you can contact them at 317-773-7200 or LoganStreetSigns.com.
Say fans, don't just hope you're covered in the event of an accident. Find agents in every Indiana county at INFarmBureau.com. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood. For the Greyhounds, Perry almost looked like to coin a phrase, like they were on cruise control in this game, and all of a sudden here with 5:42 remaining in the 4th quarter, what had been as much as an 11-point lead earlier in this game is down to 2 points at 34-32. The resiliency of the Spartans, and I think, one of the things that's made a difference is Ezecudo has been back in there. He played with 2 fouls, sat on the bench very much of the first half, but he's played a clean game. But now you've got 2 Spartans with 4 fouls, Luke Goody and Jake Archibald, in addition to John Michael Malloy for the Greyhounds, who's on the bench with 4 fouls. We're back in action here. Spartans almost took that one away from the Greyhounds.
Once again, Wack saved the day there as he jumped back into bounds and the ball went right in his hands.
You just can't say enough about the game that Jalen Wack has played today. He's done an excellent job. Greyhounds just looking for a good shot here. Want to get back into the roll of this game. Luke Eddy drives back in the corner. 3 on the way. That was from Cole Jenkins. He missed. Ezecudo with the ball. Back to Buck. Buck back high. That one goes to
We got us a tie ball game here, Brad.
Archibald ties up the game.
With 4:50 left to go in the game.
Archibald ties up this game with his first 2 points of the afternoon. Homestead faithful sitting across from us. Not too many people sitting right now. They're standing up, urging, yelling defense, defense, defense. Luke Eddy. Eddy Gill trying to set up the Carmel offense. Back to Gill. And the Greyhounds call another timeout. Let's see what this is going to be. That's going to be a 30-second timeout. You're watching the IHSAA Champions Network presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance.
Noblesville Trophies offers a large range of products, including sports trophies, corporate awards, in-house embroidery. Noblesville Trophies provides you with that same-day service for those last-minute decisions. Give them a call at 317-773-7391 or check them out on their website, NoblesvilleTrophies.com.
Well, at the end of the 3rd quarter, the score was the Greyhounds 34, the Spartans 28. About 3 minutes and 41 seconds have gone by here, and the Spartans have scored the first 6 points of this quarter and tied this one up at 34-34.
Basically, that 30-second timeout was Coach Osborne just wanted to get Malloy back in this game because we're 4 minutes away from the end here. And
yeah.
Play resumes here at the bowl.
Cole Jenkins to set up the offense for the Greyhounds. Andrew Owens looking for help out high. That one is going to, if that goes against Malloy, that's going to be his 4th. Nope, it's not against Malloy.
Homestead foul.
On
Number
Homestead.
4, Grant Raber,
His second, 7th team foul.
33.
I saw Malloy and him kind of duking it out down there, and I was just afraid that might go against John Michael. He's going to have a 1-and-1. Gets the front end.
He's a pretty good free throw shooter.
Look at that stat on Malloy. How many points has he got? That's
his
his
second
point of the game. And the Greyhounds are ahead. Gets both free throws, but he has spent a lot of time on the bench today. Fortunate thing for the Greyhounds is their bench has been deep enough that, while he has been missed on the floor, it has not been all that drastic. Spartans trying to even this one up again.
I mean, he's only played 15 minutes of this game until he just came in.
Got a travel there on Ezecudo. The baseline official, he was ready to call a foul. He looked over to the official on the sideline. The official on the sideline signaled the travel before the foul. Greyhounds up by 2 at 36-34, 3:45 here. Greyhounds would like to extend this lead. Eddy, Owens, Jenkins. Eddy thought about the 3. I don't think he ever seriously thought about it. Malloy puts the ball up, misses the shot, but that's going to be another foul on Grant Raber. Raber is going to pick up his 3rd. Malloy is going to go to the line for the Greyhounds for 2 shots.
The one thing about it is those baskets that Malloy's putting up there just won't fall, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
all of his points so far today are from the free throw line. He does not have a field goal today, which is very odd. Misses the front end.
What's he shoot as a
76 is a
he's
free
a pretty
throw
good
shooter.
free throw shooter.
3:29 remaining in this one. The second shot from Malloy misses both. The Greyhounds just want to leave this door wide open here
absolutely.
for the Spartans to come back. 2-point lead for the Greyhounds, 3:18 in the 4th quarter. We've had 2 very exciting games today, Perry.
Yeah, I mean, the Greyhounds have went stone cold.
Yes, they have. Raber, Buck, into the corner to Raber. Gill on him. Raber brings it in, misses. Escondido gets the rebound, but loses it. And the Greyhounds
took it
come
right
up
away from
with
him.
it. 2:40 remaining in this one.
Beautiful.
End action for Cole Jenkins as he picks up point number 7.
That was a good screen by Malloy there, too.
It was an
was the
excellent
key
screen.
to it.
Greyhounds take a 4-point lead with 2:25 left in this one. Ezecudo looking for some help. Into the corner. Turns, shoots back into the corner. Here's Buck for 3. He misses. There's that 6'10 frame of Malloy taking down the rebound. We're exactly 2 minutes left in this one. Greyhounds with a 4-point lead over the Spartans, 38-34.
Malloy has got 6 rebounds in this ball game.
Homestead foul number 4, Grant Raber, his 4th.
Grant Raber picks that one up for the Spartans. That's his 4th.
Well, Raber's got a tough job now. He's given up a lot of size in there, so he's got to.
John Michael
Malloy goes back to the line. He's 3 for 6 so far today from the line. Those 3 points are everything that he's scored in this game. No field goals for John Michael Malloy.
1:50 left to go here in the game. Greyhounds up by 5.
Second shot by Malloy is up. Gets the bounce. 5 for 8 from the free throw line. All 5 of his points today have come from the free throw line. As Akudo brings it up. Archibald into Raber. Raber turns, puts the jumper up, and gets it.
Raber scores.
And that's going to be a Homestead timeout. That will be a full timeout for the Homestead Spartans. You're watching the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance.
Smith's Jewelers has been serving Hamilton County, including Noblesville, Fishers, Westfield, and Carmel, for over 65 years. Many jewelry stores have come and gone, yet Smith's remains. If one were to ask how and why, the answer would be our outstanding jewelry selection and customer service. The knowledgeable staff at Smith's Jewelers is eager to give our customers a memorable and positive experience. Contact them at 317-773-3383 or smithsonthesquare.com.
Perry, we're at 1 minute 30 seconds left in regulation in this game. Carmel Greyhounds with a 4-point lead over the Homestead Spartans, 40-36. And you got to believe that Chris Johnson is talking to his team and saying, guys, we need to score here. They're 4 points down. Both teams have done an excellent job defensively today. You look at the 40-6, 36 score here in a boys basketball game. For two teams that average a lot more points than that, and the defense has looked very good today. Greyhounds will be inbounding the ball. Andrew Owens at the baseline.
Well, I will have to say that Homestead has brought some fight here in the fourth quarter.
They have. Luke Heddy, guarded by Zach Kruger. All the way out to Cole Jenkins in the top corner.
You and I have seen the Greyhounds a lot this year, but this type of basketball right here is what they do very well.
They thrive on it. They're just trying to take time off the clock, which is just over a minute right now.
Because Jenkins and Heddy will worry you to death.
40-36 as the clock goes under a minute with the Hounds leading by 4. Cole Jenkins. There's going to be a foul called right there. That'll be the 10th on the Spartans. And who's that going on? That's going on number 32, Sam Buck. That's his second.
Number 32, Sam Buck.
That's going to put Cole Jenkins at the line, and Cole will have 2 shots.
Line with 2 shots, number 3, Cole Jenkins.
Greyhounds in the double bonus for the last 51 seconds here. First shot by Jenkins is good. Jenkins gets his 8th point of the game.
Number 20, Luke Goody, 22, Jake Archibald.
Goody and Archibald both back in now, both with 4 fouls. Jenkins trying to get his 9th point of the game, and he does so. 3 for 4 from the line today. 6-point lead. As Akudo gets the easy 2 points.
He made it a little bit too easy here.
And we've got a foul called. That one's going to go against the Spartans. Spartans have no choice but to foul right now. They just can't afford to let any time go off the clock here. That's going to put John Michael Malloy at the line for 2 more shots. 5 free throws so far today that he's made, 5 out of 8 from the line. Now 6 out of 9.
Basically, this quarter's all it's been for the Greyhounds is John Michael shooting free throws.
Second shot by Malloy is up, and it is good. 7 points for Malloy. 6-point lead. Spartans with 3 on the way, and they get it.
3 from downtown Zanesville.
I'll tell you
Number
what.
20, Luke Goody with the
That's a fine-looking freshman right there, buddy.
Wow. 6'4" freshman Luke Goody. 13 points on the day for the Spartans. And the Spartans take another full timeout. They're going to be down to 1 timeout left. The Greyhounds have got 2 timeouts left. So one of these two teams, Perry, at this point,
it's going to play, right?
Yeah, one of them is going to be playing tonight. And at this point, it's still anybody's guess with 27.6 left in this one.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, Luke Goody now, this kid is, you know, for a freshman, and he's hit 4 of 6 3-pointers in this ball game. Okay, so he's doing a great job here today. And, you know, he got in foul trouble. He's come in here and played this 4th quarter.
Yeah. I'd like to thank all of our viewers today, regardless of how you're watching this, whether you're watching us through Hamilton County Television or ihsaatelevision.org. We appreciate you being here with us and hope that you'll join us later this evening at 8 o'clock for the championship game. Greyhounds lose the ball. Kruger looks, puts a jumper up, misses. Rebounded by Owens. Owens is fouled. And it looks like that's going to go on Sam Buck. And Owens is going to shoot a pair at the line. Many, many different ways people can watch us, whether it's IHSAA.org, whether it's
he's got
hometown television.
Lip, so.
Shooting 2 for the Greyhounds, number 20, Andrew Owens.
And it looks like Escacudo has got an injury there, so we're going to have an injury timeout here for just a moment. But it's been, you know, this has been 2 very, very exciting games here today, Perry, and both of them have really gone down to the last minute before they were decided. 12.7 seconds.
Yeah, absolutely, and you know the one thing about it is, you know, it's all. I'm not sure that have the Greyhounds got a field goal this quarter.
I don't believe so. I think
everything's been on the free throw line.
Well, they had 34 after the 3rd quarter, and they've now got 44. John Michael Malloy has just gone crazy from the free throw stripe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I believe we have had.
So you had 1 field goal.
Yeah, we had one field goal, but the other 8 points have all come as a result of free throws. And the Greyhounds are going to be going back to the line for 2 more free throws. I didn't see who's going to be shooting, but somebody.
I think it's Owens.
Yeah, I believe you're correct.
You know, the one thing about it is, in this ball game now, it's going to be whoever wins this game, it's going to be a totally different game tonight.
Yes, it will. Yeah, I don't think you'll see anything slow tonight. Andrew Owens is at the line for the first time today.
I mean, this game is a game that the Greyhounds have played a lot in the 40s and 50s, so.
Andrew Owens with 2 shots for the Greyhounds. He makes both of these, and he pretty well seals the deal here. Gets the front end. That's his 6th point of the day. They've got him for 7 on the scoreboard, so that's his 8th point of the day. Owens gets both of those.
Back in the lineup for the Greyhounds, number 4, Eddy Gill.
Eddy Gill comes back in for the Greyhounds.
Gill's in there for his quickness, and he's a great guy that defensive.
5 points, 10 seconds left in this one. Probably a pretty good foul there by Eddy Gill. And that's going to put Escacudo at the line.
Greyhound foul is on number 4, Eddy Gill, his 13th.
Correction, that's out of bounds.
That's out of
not
bounds.
A shooting foul yet. Yeah, that's only the 6th.
That's why they did that.
Yeah, that's only the 6th. 8.9 here in this one. Raber Somebody's got to put a 3 up here quickly, and they miss. Andrew Owens will just hold on to the ball, and that will do it. Final score. 46-41 in favor of the Carmel Greyhounds. Perry, your final thoughts on this one before we step away?
Well, I think it's going to be a lot different ball game tonight, and it's important with the Greyhounds going on is John Michael Malloy has got to stay in that ball game tonight.
Yes, they will definitely
against Keon Brooks.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We'd like to thank you for watching today's broadcast of IHSAA 4A regional basketball between the Carmel Greyhounds and the Homestead Spartans on the IHSAA Champion Networks and Hamilton County Television, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau. We'd also like to thank our other great sponsors, Logan Street Signs and Banners, Noblesville Trophies, Community Health, Church, Hiddle and Antrim, and Smith's Jewelers. We'd like to thank our great technical crew here, our Hamilton County Television crew, Jim Wofford and Will Wofford at the controls. On behalf of Perry Williams, my name is Brad Silbert. We'll see you back here tonight about 7:50 for the championship game between the Fort Wayne Northside Legends and the Carmel Greyhounds. Good afternoon.